It's a fear that lives in the back of every cat owner's mind. A question that can keep you up at night. One day, the door opens for just a second too long, a window screen has a tiny tear, and in a heartbeat, your beloved cat is gone. The silence that follows is deafening. And the question, will they come back, is simply heartbreaking. Although it's a difficult topic, it's one we need to talk about. But what if that frightening moment isn't the end of the story? In our amazing community of cat lovers, we've heard incredible stories of cats returning after days, weeks, even months, sometimes against all odds. Today, we're going to do more than just list reasons. We're going on a deep dive to truly understand the mind of our feline friends. We will explore the common reasons a cat might leave its home. But more importantly, we're going to arm you with a clear, actionable plan to prevent it from ever happening. And if the unthinkable does happen, we'll share powerful, real-life tips from fellow cat lovers, our very own community, on the best ways to bring your best friend safely home. First, to understand why a cat might leave, we have to journey back in time, into the wild heart that still beats inside every domestic cat. These aren't acts of betrayal. They are powerful, ancient instincts that have ensured their survival for thousands of years. Let's start with one of the most powerful forces in the animal kingdom, the drive to reproduce. If your cat hasn't been spayed or neutered, this is, without a doubt, one of the primary reasons they might try to escape. The reproductive drive in cats is incredibly strong. When a male cat who hasn't been neutered smells a female in heat, and he can smell her from an astonishing distance, his entire world narrows to a single goal. He isn't thinking about his warm bed or his favorite human. Hormones have taken over, turning him into a master escape artist. He'll look for any opportunity, a cracked window, a door left ajar, to follow that scent. It's not just the boys. A female cat in her cycle, or in heat, will also feel a powerful urge to roam. She'll often become more vocal, more restless, and actively seek out a male, which can lead her to travel far from the safety of home. Both unneutered males and females can become obsessed, venturing into unfamiliar and potentially dangerous territories. This single instinct is responsible for countless lost pet posters. The good news is that this is the most preventable reason on our list. Spaying or neutering your cat is a simple, routine procedure that dramatically reduces this urge to escape. It's not just about preventing unwanted kittens. It's a profound act of love and responsibility that protects your cat from the dangers of the outside world and keeps them safely and happily by your side. Have you ever seen your cat's eyes lock onto a fly buzzing near the window? Have you watched them crouch low, tail twitching, every muscle coiled like a spring, just before they pounce on a toy mouse? That's the hunter. Cats are born predators. Even the fluffiest, laziest lap cat is a finely tuned hunting machine. This instinct is so deeply ingrained that it's not about hunger. It's about the thrill of the chase, the satisfaction of the catch. Sometimes, this love of the hunt can take them further than they planned. A butterfly flutters just out of reach, a squirrel dashes across the yard, or the rustle of a mouse in the bushes becomes an irresistible call to action. They follow, focused and determined, and before they know it, they've crossed into an unfamiliar area. They look up, and suddenly, the familiar sights and smells of home are gone. They are lost. This is especially true for young, adolescent cats who are bursting with energy and curiosity. Their drive to explore and hunt is at its peak. While you can't eliminate their hunting instinct, and you wouldn't want to, it's part of who they are. You can redirect it. The solution is enrichment. Engage them in active play sessions every day with toys that mimic prey, like feather wands or toy mice. Puzzle feeders that make them work for their treats are a fantastic way to engage their minds. A tall cat tree can satisfy their urge to climb and survey their territory from a high vantage point. A happy, stimulated cat is a cat who doesn't feel the need to go looking for adventure elsewhere. To a cat, your home is more than just a house. It's the heart of their kingdom. And like any good ruler, they feel an innate urge to patrol its borders and, sometimes, to expand them. Cats are incredibly territorial. They create a map of their world using scent. When they rub against you or the furniture, they're depositing their unique scent from glands in their cheeks, saying, "This is mine. This is safe." If other cats are lurking nearby, a new neighbor's cat, or a local stray, your feline might feel a pressing need to go outside and reinforce their claim. They'll want to patrol the perimeter, spray urine to mark their presence, and send a clear message to any intruders: this territory is taken. This tendency is especially strong in unneutered male cats, who often claim much larger territories than females. They feel a biological duty to defend their turf from rivals. This can lead to fights, which not only risk injury but can also chase a cat far away from its home base, leaving it disoriented and lost. Once again, neutering your cat can significantly mitigate this desire to conquer new lands. It dials down the hormonal drive for dominance. Furthermore, creating a rich and secure indoor territory makes the world outside less appealing. When everything they need, food, water, safety, entertainment, and you, is inside, the urge to patrol and expand diminishes, keeping them safer at home. Now, let's move from the wild instincts to the sensitive heart of our domestic cats. They are creatures of comfort, routine, and deep emotional connection. When their inner world is disrupted, their first instinct can be to flee. Stress is one of the biggest hidden reasons a cat might decide to leave. We often forget just how sensitive they are. To a cat, predictability equals safety. Any change, no matter how small it seems to us, can deeply upset their sense of security. Think about it from their perspective. A chaotic home feels like a dangerous home. The arrival of a new pet or a new baby completely changes the social dynamic and scent profile of the house. Loud arguments between family members create an atmosphere of tension they can feel in their whiskers. Unfamiliar noises, like construction or even a vacuum cleaner, can sound like a monster approaching. Moving to a new house is the ultimate stressor. Their entire world, every familiar sight and scent, is gone overnight. When a cat becomes chronically stressed, they may start to feel that their home is no longer a safe refuge. Their instinct tells them to find a new, quieter, more stable territory. It's a survival mechanism. It's crucial to remember that yelling at or punishing a cat for stress-related behaviors, like scratching or hiding, will only pour fuel on the fire. It confirms their fear that home is not a safe place to be. To prevent this, our job is to become stress detectives. The key is to create a sanctuary. When introducing new pets or people, do it slowly and positively, with lots of treats and praise. Provide your cat with dedicated safe spaces, a high perch, a cozy bed and a quiet closet, where they know they will never be disturbed. Sticking to a consistent routine for feeding and playtime can provide an anchor of predictability in a changing world. Creating a calm environment isn't just nice, it's fundamental to their well-being. While stress is a slow burn, fear is a wildfire. It's a sudden, overwhelming panic that can drive a cat to bolt without a second thought. Cats have incredibly sensitive hearing and a lightning-fast fight or flight response. A sudden, loud, and threatening event can trigger pure panic. A neighborhood dog chasing them, a violent thunderstorm, or the explosive bangs of fireworks can make them feel like their life is in immediate danger. In that moment of terror, their only instinct is to run. They will run as fast and as far as they can to escape the perceived threat. They aren't thinking about direction, they are just trying to put distance between themselves and the scary thing. This panic flight can easily carry them into completely unfamiliar territory, far from home. Once the adrenaline wears off, they find themselves lost, scared, and hiding. This is why it's so important to be mindful of events that can cause fear. On nights like the 4th of July or New Year's Eve, ensure your cat is securely indoors long before the festivities begin. Close the windows and curtains, and play some calming music to help muffle the sounds. If a thunderstorm is rolling in, make sure their favorite hiding spot is accessible. And it should go without saying, but never, ever scare your cat on purpose. What might seem like a funny prank to you can be genuinely traumatic for them, eroding the trust you've built and making them feel unsafe in their own home. The myth of the solitary, aloof cat is one of the biggest misunderstandings about our feline friends. While they may be independent, they are also deeply social creatures who form profound bonds with their families. And when those bonds feel threatened, it can lead to surprising behaviors. This brings us to a complex and heartbreaking reason, one shared by a viewer named Audrey in our comments. It's a story that truly touched us. Audrey wrote that her cat, whom she spoiled and loved dearly, left her. She was spayed and had a wonderful home. But Audrey thinks she knows the reason why. She had recently stopped babysitting her young great-granddaughter for health reasons. Her cat, it turned out, absolutely adored children. A few weeks after her cat went missing, she came home, but was wearing a new collar and wouldn't come inside. Soon after, a lady and her boys came to the door to get their cat. It seems her beloved companion had moved in with them and found a new family with the children she craved. Audrey, with incredible grace, said, "I'm sad about it, but I want her to be happy." Audrey's story is a powerful reminder that cats form bonds with our entire lives, not just with us. If a cat's primary source of affection or stimulation, a child, another pet, or even just your daily presence, suddenly disappears, they can feel a profound sense of loss and abandonment. They might wander off in search of that missing piece of their life. If you leave your cat alone for very long periods without enough interaction, they might look for love and companionship elsewhere. Spending dedicated time each day playing, petting, and just being with your cat reinforces your bond and reminds them that home is right here, with you. This reason might sound simple, but it goes to the very core of your cat's sense of well-being. If a cat's basic, non-negotiable needs aren't being met, they will go somewhere else to find them. It's that straightforward. What are these basic needs? Beyond just food and water, one of the most important is a clean and safe place to do their business. A cat's instinct tells them to be impeccably clean to avoid attracting predators. If their litter box is consistently dirty, it's not just unpleasant for them. It's a major source of stress. They might interpret it as a sign that their territory is no longer safe or that they are no longer welcome. Moving the litter box to a loud, high-traffic area can have the same effect. The need for affection and attention is also basic. As we just discussed, a cat left alone for too long without interaction is a lonely cat. They are social animals that crave connection. If they can't get it from you, they might just find a friendly neighbor who is happy to provide a scratch behind the ears and a warm lap. The solution here is all about mindful care. Think of it as a daily checklist of respect for your cat. Is the litter box clean? Is their water fresh? Have you spent at least 15 minutes today actively engaging with them? Providing for their basic needs consistently and lovingly makes them feel secure, happy, and confident that they are in the best possible place. This is perhaps the most painful reason for us to consider, and it requires our utmost empathy. If your cat, especially an older one, suddenly starts wandering away from home when it's not in their character, it could be a sign that they are not feeling well. Cats are absolute masters at hiding their pain. In the wild, showing weakness makes you a target for predators. So, their instinct is to conceal any illness or injury for as long as possible. When they feel very sick, that instinct can drive them to find a quiet, secluded, isolated place to recover, or, in some cases, to pass away. They might seek out a spot under a dense bush, in a neighbor's shed, or deep in a crawl space. It's critical to understand this is not a rejection of you or your love. It is not them running away from you. It is a deep-seated, instinctual behavior designed to protect themselves when they feel at their most vulnerable. Older cats with health problems like kidney disease or cognitive dysfunction, a form of kitty dementia, can also become easily confused and disoriented. They might wander out an open door and simply not be able to find their way back. As their trusted human, this is where being a keen observer is your superpower. Watch for any subtle changes in their behavior, eating less, drinking more, hiding more than usual, changes in litter box habits. Regular vet checkups, especially for senior cats, are essential. They can help you detect and treat illnesses before they become severe, potentially preventing your cat from feeling the instinctual need to hide away from home. Our final category of reasons isn't about deep instinct or unhappiness. It's about plain bad luck, curiosity, and circumstance. This is the cat as the accidental tourist. They never intended to leave, but life happened. You know the saying, curiosity killed the cat. While that's a bit morbid, the sentiment is rooted in truth. Cats are natural-born explorers. Their curiosity knows no bounds, and sometimes, it can lead them straight into trouble. They might chase a beautiful butterfly over a fence, investigate a strange noise coming from a neighbor's garage, or simply decide to sniff around a new area out of sheer inquisitiveness. They are so engrossed in their investigation that they don't realize how far they've gone. Suddenly, they look up, and nothing is familiar. They are in a new place, and they simply don't know how to get back home. This is especially dangerous in large cities, where a cat can quickly get lost in a maze of alleys and backyards, potentially ending up injured and unable to return. If you have a particularly curious cat, especially one who has some supervised outdoor access, it's essential to take extra precautions. A collar with clear identification and your phone number is non-negotiable. For extra peace of mind, modern technology offers a fantastic solution: geolocation devices. A small GPS collar can allow you to monitor their outings and ensure their well-being, turning a potential crisis into a simple matter of checking your phone. Now for a reason that can be both amusing and a little bit worrying. Does your cat magically disappear at the same time every day and then come home a few hours later, smelling vaguely of another person's perfume and looking suspiciously well-fed? If so, your cat may be living a double life. It's very likely they have another family, or at least a very devoted fan somewhere nearby. Other friendly humans in the neighborhood might be offering them delicious food, a warm lap, or even letting them into their homes on a regular basis. From the cat's perspective, this is a fantastic deal. 2 homes, double the affection, double the snacks. The problem arises when the other family doesn't know your cat already has a loving home. They might assume he's a stray and decide to adopt him permanently. We even heard a story in our comments about a cat who returned home wearing a new collar from his other family. To prevent your charismatic cat from being catnapped by well-meaning neighbors, the solution is clear and simple: identification. A breakaway collar with a tag that clearly states your phone number is essential. You can even get tags that say, "I have a home, please don't feed me." This lets everyone in the neighborhood know that your cat is a cherished family member, not a stray in need of a new home. Sometimes, a cat disappears through absolutely no fault of its own. They can become unintentionally displaced, accidentally ending up somewhere far from home. Cats are masters of finding cozy, hidden spots for a nap. A warm, dark delivery truck, a neighbor's car with an open window, or a moving van being packed up can seem like the perfect place for a secret snooze. They curl up, fall asleep, and wake up miles away in a completely alien environment. Once they find themselves in an unfamiliar and distant place, it can be incredibly difficult for them to find their way back. This scenario was brought to life by a story from our viewer, Mountain. He shared a terrifying experience where he stopped at a beachside on his way home with his cat in the car. He didn't realize his cat had sneaked out when he opened the door. It was only when he got home that he realized his companion was gone. He rushed back, prepared to search all night. This story, thankfully, has a happy ending, but it's a stark reminder of how easily these accidents can happen. This is why being mindful is so important. Always know where your cat is before you leave the house. If you have movers or workers around, it's best to secure your cat in a closed room with everything they need until the coast is clear. And this is another reason why a microchip is so vital. If your cat ends up at a shelter or vet clinic miles from home, that microchip is their silent ticket back to you. This final reason is a testament to just how deeply cats bond with their territory, and it gave us one of the most edible stories from our community. If you have recently moved, your cat may try to return to its old home. As we've discussed, cats are extremely territorial. A new house, with its strange smells and unfamiliar layout, can make them feel deeply insecure. Their powerful homing instinct, which we'll talk more about in a moment, might kick in, compelling them to follow the familiar smells and sights of their old territory. This brings us to an amazing story shared in our comments. A viewer wrote that their family had just moved to another town, 15 miles away. They were keeping their handsome cat, Tom, inside to help him acclimate. But one day, he ran out. After 10 heartbreaking days of searching, they had almost given up hope. Then, their phone rang. It was a neighbor from their previous address. They had found a cat. They rushed back to their old home, and there he was. Their handsome Tom had traveled 15 miles to get back to the only home he had ever known. This is a jaw-dropping example of a cat's loyalty and their incredible, mysterious ability to navigate. When moving, it is absolutely critical to keep your cat securely indoors for at least 2 to 3 weeks, or even longer. Surround them with familiar items, their old bed, scratching post, your unwashed sweaters, to make the new place smell like home. Gradually introduce them to the new space one room at a time. This helps them slowly overwrite their old mental map with a new one, ensuring they understand that home is wherever you are. We've explored the why. But what if, despite all your best efforts, the worst happens? Your cat is missing. The first feeling is panic. But don't panic. It's time to take action. We asked our incredible community for their best, tried and true tips for finding a lost cat, and you delivered. This isn't just theory. This is practical advice that has worked for fellow cat lovers. Welcome to the search party. A lost cat is a scared cat, and their most powerful sense is smell. You need to create a scent beacon that screams home. Our viewer Rosario had success by placing her used pair of socks in the front garden. The idea is to put items with your strong, familiar scent outside. A t-shirt you've worn, their favorite unwashed bed, or a blanket can act as a powerful lure, guiding them back. This is a classic for a reason. As our viewer Mountain, who found his cat at the beach, reminded us, putting their used litter box outside can be a game changer. Don't clean it out. The unique scent of their own waste is an unmistakable territorial marker that can travel a surprisingly long way on the breeze, telling them exactly which direction to go. Your cat knows your voice and the sounds associated with good things. A viewer named Theetsmarans shared a brilliant story of training their cat to come to the jingle of a bell. Go outside during the quietest hours, dawn and dusk, when cats are most active, and call their name in a calm, normal voice. Shake their favorite treat bag. If you have a specific sound for mealtime, repeat it. Your voice is a beacon of safety in a scary world. Think like a scared cat. They aren't going to be walking down the middle of the street. They will be hiding. Get a flashlight, even during the day, and look under things. Under decks, in dense bushes, in crawl spaces, under cars, inside sheds and garages. Ask your neighbors to check their properties. As one viewer, Shelley, shared, her cat got trapped inside a sick neighbor's house and was only found when she was allowed to come and look herself. Be persistent and thorough. This is the message we heard loud and clear from our community. It is so easy to feel despair, but cats are resilient survivors. We heard from Jerome, whose 2 cats came home after 6 weeks. And from Tenzin, whose beloved shop cat ran back inside after 4 months. They can get stuck, they can get scared, but they want to come home. Your persistence is their best chance. From the call of the wild to a simple case of bad luck, the reasons a cat might wander are complex and varied. But as we've seen again and again, the solution is almost always rooted in the same thing: understanding who they are and providing a home that is safe, enriching, and overflowing with love and respect. Becoming a stress detective, a master of playtime, and a guardian of their health isn't just about preventing them from getting lost. It's about building an unbreakable bond. It's about telling them, in a language they understand, that they are cherished, that they are protected, and that they are a vital part of your family. A huge thank you to our amazing community, to Audrey, to Mountain, to Jerome, and to everyone who shared your stories of heartbreak, hope, and reunion. You are what makes this channel so special. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever had a cat return home? What's the one tip you would give to another owner who is desperately searching for their pet right now? Share your story and your advice in the comments below. Your comment might be the one that gives someone else the hope they need to keep looking. And if you want to be part of this incredible community of people who love and seek to understand our feline friends, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching. And to everyone out there missing a friend, we're holding out hope with you. We'll see you in the next video.